If you've ever thought about self-publishing a book, there is a good chance that what came to your mind was sitting down and writing something long and complicated and very time-consuming. Something that takes months to plan, write, edit, design, and then try to sell once it's finished. And I think that's why so many people write this whole thing off before they even start, because it just feels like too much. It feels like you would need to be a writer or a creative in a very specific way, or have a lot of spare time that you probably don't have. But what I want to show you in this video is something very different. I'm going to share with you 4 real books that are self-published and they are currently making over $10,000 per month on Amazon. They are not novels, they are not memoirs, they're not business books written by somebody with a massive following. These are activity books, drawing books, coloring books, and handwriting books that are being bought by parents every single day. All 4 of these books are low content books. And what is important here is not just the fact that they are making money, it's why they're making money. Because once you understand what these books are doing right, you can start applying those ideas to your own books in a way that is actually very, very doable. Now, if you are new here, I'm Caroline and I am a self-publisher who has been creating and selling books on Amazon for over 7 years. And on this channel, I show you how to do the same. One of the things that I talk about all the time on Self-Publishing Central is the idea of building assets instead of constantly trading your time for income. When you publish a book on Amazon, you are placing a product into a marketplace where millions upon millions of people are already actively searching for solutions to very specific problems. Parents are searching for ways to help their children learn how to write or learn how to read. They're searching for screen-free activities to help keep them entertained on the weekends or on holidays. They're searching for gift ideas that are educational but still fun. They're searching for drawing books, for activity books, handwriting books, and coloring books because they want something that keeps their child engaged without handing them a tablet. And Amazon is where they go to find those things. You're not convincing somebody to join a mailing list. You're not just hoping that your content gets pushed out onto social media. You are not trying to build an audience from scratch before you can actually sell something. You are placing a product directly in front of someone who has already typed into Amazon exactly what they're searching for. So let's get started with the first book. The Ultimate Activity Book for Smart Girls. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a multi-activity book designed for girls within a specific age range, and inside it includes a mix of puzzles, games, challenges, and learning-based activities. We've got things like mazes, we've got word searches, logic puzzles, and a bunch more. And we can see it's very simple inside, plain black and white, very minimalistic, lots of white space, nice big fonts, exactly what kids this age need. So how much is this book making? So let's look at the bestseller rank, which is currently sitting at 1,021. That means it sells around 2,000 books per month, and it's bringing in royalties of over $10,000 from just that one book. This publisher does have a few other books that also do pretty well. This one here has a BSR around about 8,600 and this one around 16,000, so doing really, really well. So although this one is their best-selling book, making up most of their income, they do have other books that are also bringing in royalties for them every single week. Now, the reason this book sells so well is not just because it contains activities. There are thousands of activity books on Amazon. This one speaks directly to a very specific person who is buying it, which is usually a relative or a parent, looking for something engaging and educational for a girl within a certain age group. The title makes that immediately clear. The cover makes that immediately clear. The person shopping for this book does not need to click around to figure out if it's suitable. They see it, they understand who it's for, and they understand what they're getting inside. There is also a very strong value perception here. Instead of buying a maze book and then a word search book and then a puzzle book separately, this feels like an all-in-one solution. It becomes an easy yes because it saves time and decision making for the parent. And this type of book also lends itself very easily to a series. Once someone buys one and their child enjoys it, there is a natural opportunity to create another version for a different age group, another themed edition, or a follow-up book with new activities. And as we saw, they have done this by creating similar activity books for different people. The second book is How to Draw Anything for Kids, which is a step-by-step drawing book. Now, this one is interesting because it sits in that space between entertainment and education. A child is enjoying the activity of drawing, but they're also building a skill at the same time, and parents like that because it feels productive. So inside the book, the drawings are broken down into simple steps that the child can follow along with. They're not being asked to just look at an image and copy it. They're guided through the process of building the drawing piece by piece, and this creates a sense of success very quickly, which makes them want to keep going. But let's take a look at how well this book is actually performing, because what we're all mostly interested in is how much money the self-publisher is making, right? Now, it has a bestseller rank of 290, which tells us that it is one of the best-selling books across the whole of Amazon. In fact, all the books in this video are some of the best-selling books. It's selling close to 5,000 copies each month, and that comes out at over $25,000 per month in royalties for this self-publisher. And that is not sales. That is the amount of money they actually get into their bank from Amazon at the end of the month. And this self-publisher has also expanded out and created more how to draw books for different styles of drawing and different art and for different types of customers. A few of those books are doing really well. They've got bestseller ranks around 14,000, 30,000, 35,000, but this one is definitely their best performer. Now, from a publishing perspective, this format is very structured and very repeatable. You can create books focused on animals, on food, on vehicles, fantasy creatures, or seasonal themes, just to name a few examples. And each one follows this general framework. And this just makes it so much easier to create additional books without having to reinvent the wheel every single time. And these books can be quite difficult to make, as you could imagine. You probably think that you do need to be a good drawer or an artist or somebody creative at least to create one, but there is actually a tool that can help you make these types of books very quickly and very easily. You don't need any drawing skills whatsoever. I will pop a link down in the description to that tool. Now, at this point, something starts to happen once you do have one or two books like this published, especially if they begin to sell consistently. You are no longer just uploading individual books to Amazon. You're starting to build something that looks more like a self-publishing brand. You have a name on the front of your books. You have a style that customers begin to recognize. You have multiple products that are helping children to learn or to stay entertained. And this is where it starts to make sense to think about having your own space online where you can bring all of that together. When someone enjoys one of your books, there is often an opportunity for them to want more, or they might want printable versions of certain activities. They might want updates about new books that you release. They might want recommendations for similar resources that you could offer. Having your own website gives you somewhere to showcase your books, to share information about what you create, and allow people to join an email list so that they can hear again from you in the future. And this is where the partner for this video comes in, which is Hostinger and its AI website builder. One of the reasons that I like this tool for self-publishers is that you do not need to know how to design a website or write any code. You can describe the kind of publishing brand that you're building, whether that is educational workbooks, drawing books, coloring books, or activity books, whatever it is, and the AI website builder will build a full website layout for you. Let me show you how it works. Go to Hostinger using the link down in the description box below. Now, of course, this is the best time to actually set your website up because they have been having some really incredible New Year's sales that they have so kindly extended into February. And although it will depend on when you are watching this video, they currently have 84% off, plus an additional discount if you use my special code, which is also down in the description box below. Now, we're going to select the business website builder plan. The reason for that is because that's how we're going to get access to the AI website builder and the option to add an online store, which is really important for us so that we can sell additional products down the track. Now, to get the best possible price, you will want to choose the 48-month plan. Something else that's really helpful when you are creating a website for your self-publishing brand is that Hostinger hosting includes a free domain name for the first year, and you can use a .shop extension for your website. So instead of needing to find a .com that hasn't already been taken, which can be quite difficult now, you can choose something like yourbrandname.shop, which instantly tells people what your site is about. It's clear, it's easy to remember, and it works really well if you are planning to sell additional products, if you're planning to sell printables, educational resources, or even physical books directly from your website in the future. It also helps create a little bit of separation between your brand and a general information type website, because when someone lands on a .shop domain, they already understand that this is a place where they can browse and buy products. So if you are already thinking longer term about building a connected publishing brand around your books, which you should be, having your own website with a domain that reflects that can make everything just feel more established and professional from the very start. Your first step will be choosing a domain which will most likely match your brand or your pen name, and keep in mind, you do want something flexible. Avoid naming your website or your domain after one specific book. Think broader. Think about the niche or the type of customer that you're serving, not the product itself. You want a name that is still going to make sense once you've published 20, 30, 50, or even more books in the future. And once you have chosen your domain, you will be able to enter it in a moment during the setup phase of creating your website. But for now, as I mentioned, I also have a coupon code that will get you an additional 10% off. So make sure to pop that in before you check out. Also, just to let you know, Hostinger does have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And we'll continue on. We will just need to fill out some personal details here to complete everything, but we are ready to start building our website. And don't worry if you have no idea about how to build a website. This AI website builder makes it so easy. Let me show you. We're just going to go set up our hosting, and we're just going to go through and answer a few questions. We're going to be creating a new website. We want to use the Hosting a Website Builder. You just need to enter the domain name that you'd like to use. And if you have selected the 48-month hosting plan, you will get it free for the first year. And this is where you pop it in and take advantage of that. So I'm just going to enter in a brand name. And then I'm also just going to pop in a description of my brand and the kind of books and products that we're going to be selling. I do want to add an online store to my site because we are going to want to add additional products later on so that we can create additional streams of income. Then we click create a website, and this will take literally 30 seconds. The Hosting AI website builder will create an entire website for you filled with images, content, everything that you need to get started showcasing your brand. And now we have a complete, fully functioning website. If you are happy with the website it has created for you, we can continue on and we can just start customizing it and tweaking it to suit our purposes and our brand perfectly. So you can customize every part of it. We can change the colors to suit your brand and your brand style. You can obviously change the text. We can go through and edit any of the content on this website to customize it to exactly to your brand tone and the way that you want your brand to speak to your customers. You would have already told the AI website builder what you wanted as part of your website. So you're going to include pages that introduce your books, explain who they're for, and you can add that online store to sell additional related products like digital downloads. You can even add an email sign up, offer something for free to entice people to join your email list and collect email subscribers who do want to hear about your future releases. There are also AI tools once you have created the website that are going to help you create all different types of content. If you do want to add something like blogs to your website, but you don't have the time or you don't feel that you have the writing skills to create blogs, you can use the AI blog generator to create that type of content to be able to offer to your customers. You can use the AI image generator to be able to create images perfectly suited to your website and to your brand. And once you are happy with the website, you've customized it perfectly to your brand and what you want the website to do, we can go live and get that website out there for people to be able to come and see your products. Now, one mistake people make with websites is thinking everything needs to be perfect before they launch it. It doesn't. Your website will evolve as your business evolves. You can add pages later. You can change the wording later. You can update the images. You can refine your brand later. The AI website builder is incredibly easy to use, and it is built for people who want something quick, clean, and professional. This is the kind of thing that helps you move from just publishing single one-off books into building a really connected brand over time, which becomes more valuable the more products and the more books that you create. If you do want a website that looks good without any of the tech stress, Hostinger's AI website builder is perfect for publishing beginners. I will leave the link down in the description box below so you can go check it out. Now let's talk about the third book, which is The Big Book of Coloring for Girls. Coloring books are one of the most straightforward types of books you can publish. They continue to sell year after year because the demand is always there. Parents want creative activities that do not involve screens. Children enjoy having something that they can complete on their own. And these books are often bought as gifts, taken on trips, and used during school holidays. This particular book makes a very simple promise. It offers a large number of coloring pages designed for a very specific audience. The title tells you exactly who it is for, and the idea of it being a big book increases the perceived value. Someone shopping for a coloring book for a child is much more likely to choose one that feels like it offers plenty to do. So how does this one do in terms of what it's making each month? It does have a bestseller rank of 392 at the moment, which means that it is selling close to 4,000 copies every single month. And what that works out to in terms of royalties is it's making this self-publisher around $15,000 each month from this one book. And again, what we're seeing, more similar books targeting different ages, different topics, different customers to build up a series of books that will make them money each month rather than relying on just one book to make their total income. This type of book can expand into a series very easily. In fact, pretty much every type of low content book can. Different themes, different age groups, and different styles can all sit under the same publishing name. And finally, we have the all-in-one print handwriting workbook. This falls into the educational workbook category, which is one of the strongest niches within low content publishing because parents actively search for these products when they want to support their child's learning at home. I have a lot of videos about educational workbooks, even going back 5 to 6 years ago. This has always been and always will be a very strong, profitable niche. So this book provides structured handwriting practice in a way that helps children build confidence as they improve. It's not just about filling pages. It's about following a progression that allows them to develop their skills step by step. From a publishing perspective, this opens the door to creating multiple levels of the same workbook. You can have beginner versions, intermediate versions, or books focused on different aspects of writing. And how is it performing royalty-wise? It has a bestseller rank of 256, so it sells around 5,000 copies every month, and that means it's making close to $25,000 in royalties every single month for this self-publisher. Schools, tutors, and homeschooling parents quite often are looking for these types of resources, and that creates a consistent stream of people who are interested in buying them. If you step back and look at all 4 of these books, a few patterns start to stand out. They are all designed for a specific audience. They all solve a clear problem. They all provide an outcome that the buyer cares about, and they can all be expanded into additional books that build on the same idea. This is what makes low content book publishing such an interesting opportunity, especially if you approach it with the mindset of building a series of books that work together over time. Instead of thinking about publishing just one book and hoping it does well, you can think about creating a small range of books that support learning, creativity, or entertainment for the same group of people, and over time, that becomes a catalog that can generate sales and royalties while you just continue to create more. If you are someone who wants to start publishing books on Amazon, the most important thing is to begin by thinking about who your book is for and what it helps them do. Does it help a child learn to write? Does it help them practice drawing? Does it give them something fun to do during the holidays? Once you have that clarity, the process of designing the inside pages and creating the book becomes much more straightforward. And as you publish more books, you start to create something that can grow into a recognizable brand and that parents trust. This is where you start to see the long-term potential of this, not just as a one-off side hustle, but as an ongoing part of your income in your business. I hope that seeing these real examples has helped you understand what is possible here and has given you some ideas of the kinds of low content books that you might want to create yourself. If you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks that you might like these ones too, so please go check them out to learn more about self-publishing your own low and medium content books on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.